Oh boy, you know what that music means? It means one thing and one thing only. This pistol round is about to begin, and it's Astralis, Na'Vi, map number 3, Train, the map that we never got to see back at Katowice, is on our screen now. Wow, technology has come a long way. And here's Na'Vi starting off with a fast speed play for 2, but not for the rest of the team. That bomb instead on the back of Boomich waiting over here remains. Some Ivy control. This is going to be a 3-pronged split into the A bomb site with a player or maybe 2 players heading through the pop dog. And with that kill onto Glaive, maybe Na'Vi changed their mind now.
Glaive went up the ladder. That's a crazy move to make in the pistol round, and Simple is going to punish it. Disallowed by Na'Vi. And that's because Na'Vi threw 2 players in B early. They were very loud about it, and we, of course, saw Astralis rotate 3 players towards that inner site in anticipation of a B commitment. There was none. Na'Vi have run a slow default ever since that point. You can see how scared they are of potential wraps. Boomich is even holding onto this stairwell. His teammates there. Don't shoot Flamey. And Na'Vi, with a man advantage, they can go anywhere they please. Astralis are gambling on triple inner, but that is not where the bomb's going to be heading up. Boomich showing smokes towards the A site. And Na'Vi committing in yard.
Yeah, and in this moment, there's that whole thing where I ask you to put hands up because it's just been given to me. 428,444 people watching across the globe in that last match, watching online, and I appreciate every single individual one of you. Now we're gonna see what can be coupled together here from the side of Astralis on a retake of the outside site bomb being planted. Na'Vi's trying to set up for a little bit of a defense of this. However, Smajiska Company, they're going to get in here real fast. They've already taken the site back. However, 4 members alive here. Perfecto's going to work every bit of magic he can to stop that. Gets himself 2. Can he go for 3? It's going to be Zipex caught out in the open. Tagged by Electronic. Ultimately taken out of the round. Just Device. He backs off towards CT spawn. Not much that he can hope for at this point in the round. Perhaps a couple more frags. That bomb is too far gone. We're going to see this first round of Train go for Na'Vi with 4 alive.
Certainly the start they would have wanted. Like I mentioned, back when we saw this game play out at Blast, it was a 10-round half for Astralis on the CT side of Train, while Na'Vi, they may start on the T side, but they at least start strong. And start as you mean to go on, that's what they say. So the buy is in for Na'Vi and Astralis. They want to bring the heat as well. Triple scout in the second round. I love this buy. I always love seeing heavy scouts on CT Train. Very easy to play safe towards a backtrack, yet still getting, you know, at least position and sight over bomb. You can deny plants by just playing safe positions, essentially in the CT spawn or not far out of it. And the pistols can finish off the job that the scouts start, or vice versa, really. Pistol's going to be making first contact pushed up as well. Vice not seeing a player through the incandescence of the Molotov. Electronic finding that kill.
Always try to find a way to get that word in here.
It's a great word.
It's pretty cool. It sounds really cool. It's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
A bit shorter.
A little bit shorter.
Easier on the tongue.
Not even sure that that word sounds cool. It's just a little bit of a tongue jammer. Pepper jammer, if you will.
Well, it's time to jam your tongues as you head into this round. It's Na'Vi with a man up. Just scouting down Ivy. He's looking for a bit of a bite of the action as well. He does get a tag, but Na'Vi will concede the position, falling back, leaving Electronic in tandem. Dupree's pushed T-Con, and Simple is going to have to deal with it. Surely aware of the possibility with that smoke fading. And another one coming in. Astralis delaying this play very well. Of course, you know, it's not Inferno. Na'Vi is still going to be given options, and there's no more smokes left up for Astralis to stall out this round. But Na'Vi, where do they go? Players walking towards the halls with the bomb. Electronic has peeled off of Ivy as well. We have 2 scouts here for Astralis.
Oh, Dupree might have just caught this timing very, very favorably. No one keeping an eye on Upper. They just checked it moments ago, and he does manage to find the kill onto Flamey. Now the wraparound from Electronic should deal with him, and it will. 3 scouts on the retake. This is anything but ideal.
It just gets 1, but that bomb is an open plant for Na'Vi, and they have players just hiding in the site with crossfires. Zipnix is not going to be able to get too much closer, but Perfecto goes aggressive, and that's a free kill. Na'Vi can't afford to force these fights. There's no kit for Astralis. Time is the biggest pressure on them in this round. It's going wide, but he is all that stands now between Na'Vi and a second. Looking for any sort of damage here, any kill off of the scout, and it's going to be denied. Na'Vi, they get out alive. 2 guns, Krieg and AK dragged forward. And Astralis, they certainly make that one interesting. They take away kills, they get some damage. Dupree with a nice flank. We've already seen Astralis in both these rounds push up the Pop Dog ladder. Na'Vi need to remain aware of that as we move forward.
Yeah, and this series has delivered us all the way to the end to train, and rightfully so. The most hype match in the season thus far. Of course, your hot match of the day. We're going to have Mouse Sports versus OG after this one. It's going to be right here on the same great station, so you won't even have to adjust that dial. You won't have to get out of your chair, really. Why would you need to move?
Oh, and Electronic doesn't need to move either. The kills are just going to come to him, and come on, bud. Simple's going to steal it away. I was going to say maybe he gets all of them there, but not quite. 3 of the 4 certainly ain't bad, and he's going to go full-on Bames John. That's 7-0. Na'Vi 3-0 up with the investment coming in from Astralis. Double Orbs coming on through for this CT side immediately in their first buy round.
Yeah, but just got the AWP as well. Going to be taking that off spawn towards the Ivy position. Device and the connector. Simple no AWP for him yet, but if they win this round, they can get one of the free AWPs gifted over. Na'Vi running bonus with a faster approach with the SMGs. Dupree waiting, but he looks away. Oh, Electronic almost misses a spray, gets away with a kill in the end, climbing up above the ladder. Magic getting one off the AWP, and he's got a nice line of sight through the smoke, but Boomich will fire one right back, not even being able to see his opponent as he takes the AWP down and even catches the timing as Device looks around. Boomich is trying to win this round on his own, but he's down on 4, and low HP now. Sipnick's in a 1-on-2. Both these players extremely tagged, and the bomb dropped in the open.
It's gross how doable he makes every clutch look, right? Gets all that damage onto Boomich, and now has left himself in a 1v2 where they've got 17 points of health between the two of them. Zipnik's going to go and wrap back towards CT, and this is where Boomich was just moments ago. Electronic isn't looking this way. Now turns back around, and timing is everything here. Zipnix, is he going to be ready? Electronic just goes back to check the main position. And now Boomich, last man left standing for Zipnix. He's got a bit of an idea where he could be. He knows he was in CT, but Zipnix just came from there. And Electronic seemed to be completely discounting that he could have been in the back line. So Zipnix is very, very paranoid about a CT play or a man getting out through con, and that's where Boomich has come from. Emerging now, grabs that bomb, smoke into the site, and tries to rotate up through the Pop Dog. Zipnik's going to realize this, starts to try and get ahead of the curve. It's a race against the clock. Now Boomich does manage to get into the site, but there's no time for the board plant. He needed the kill, and he gets it. Na'Vi, they go 4-0 up. A sick clutch from Boomich to keep himself flawless on the scoreboard. And a 4th round delivered courtesy of the IGL behind Na'Vi.
You have to look at the timer at the end of this round. Like, what on earth? Yes, the Molotov's out there, and it could have been as easy as for the CT to dive away, but sometimes that's not exactly what crosses the mind now, is it?
What a play from Boomich. He throws a molly, he spots Zipnix come out through the smoke, and, Boomich doesn't know what utility Zipnix has, but if he goes to the plant, he's dead. He's going to get mollied off. He's already low, and he has just 1 second to commit to that plant. So what a heads-up call from Boomich to go for the kill, and he's going to pad his stats alongside of it. Also, Bames up as he's 7-0-0, joining his teammate. Na'Vi with 2 picks in the outer sight in this round. Running wild on Na'Vi. Simple with his back turn, but will swivel on the spot with shots from Device. You can't afford to miss those as Astralis. They're going to miss out on a 5th round here. Na'Vi looking to go 5-0 up, and not much to get in their way.
Yeah, that missed kill by Device has got to sting a little bit. But albeit not a whole lot to take home in this round. Perfecto about to get the drop on Glaive. Doesn't make a lot of noise. Doesn't matter though, it's just Zipex. Scout on to Simple. And will find himself at Old Bomb. No HP, no way to defuse the bomb. So formalities all done. It's all over with. Perfecto with the last kill of the round, and Na'Vi stealing this halfway so far. Weapons out for Astralis now. Let's see where Device takes this AWP. Oh, a double AWP. Or AVP for some of the viewers at home.
Yeah, again, Magic's taking it, right? It feels map dependent for Astralis. We've had Dupree on it over in Dust with the second up for Astralis. More commonly on his hands than Magisk, but maybe it's just the roles they play on train.
Yeah, you know, it would make sense, right? With Magisk being over here towards Ivy and back green, he can look to do a lot with this AWP. But another man who can do a lot with the AWP is Simple.
It's like he's done this before.
Yeah, it's almost like this isn't his first time in the server. And he's showing that in a brilliant way. However, that's a bit of a blunder. Luckily enough, Device misses that second shot, but that was the bomb dropped. In amongst all of this, Simple's got out alone into the B site. The rest of the team have fallen back, and Simple's keeping the attention here in a very big way. Dupree, meanwhile, has taken Pop Dog, this position that Simple was able to open up in this round. And now Dupree's got to try and hold the fort. They double drop. Oh, Simple back up the ladder, gets himself out of danger. That was incredible. He just climbs back to safety.
I'm out.
Dupree's a hero in this round. Na'Vi bailed from B after Single got that tag because they wanted to take Pop. Boomich already had that position, but Dupree swings in and kills him, and he's denied this point of rotation for Na'Vi. It might even force a save in this T-side round, as rare as that feels. Time is everything. Oh, Glaive, this is a big play as well. He's on a back wrap as Simple comes down the lower stairs. Timing could catch Simple off guard. He does have the AWP out. He's ready for it. Glaive getting taken down. 20 seconds. Big frag from Dupree. Third of the round. All impactful from him as Simple gets mollied. He might have to force the save in this round. Not much else you can do. If he peeks, there's an AWP scoped in on him. That's Device in the connector. So Simple saving his AWP and giving Astralis that first. Dupree is the hero here as he makes this happen.
Yeah, no real reason to panic just yet for the side of Na'Vi. Just one round conceded. Not a fantastic financial situation that Astralis find themselves in. They do net themselves a Krieg and a double op setup again. There's going to be some weapons in the hands of Perfecto and Flamey before they head out of spawn.
I think already the fact that we have 3 players on Na'Vi in over 100 ADR sets us up for a nice Na'Vi T side, right? Obviously Simple being one of them, but Electronic and Boomich actually leading the way in the server right now. We've been waiting to see Electronic come alive all series long, and if he saved it up for this third map, then that's fantastic. Xyp9x with this Krieg, trying to take advantage of the smoke, not able to get away with a kill here. Over at the top of B. All these nades and all this presence has prompted a rotation from Glaive from that connector position. Him and Xyp9x maybe going to swap and have Xyp9x playing the slightly longer angle with the Krieg. Now, Na'Vi moving away from B. They don't look to commit here just yet. That bomb's still waiting above the Pop Dog. However, with no player in main, no Ivy aggression, this does look like it might just boil down to a B play, right? They don't have control anywhere else. They don't have Pop Dog. They don't have Ivy. The best thing they've got is Electronic just keeping an eye on it with a Krieg, trying to make sure no aggression comes through. There's something to bear in mind in amongst all of this is that Dupree has snuck himself into main, just snuck up, hasn't really been pressured yet outside of those flashbangs. So Astralis have a pretty good bout of information in this round. Ivy's the only spot that's lacking, and that has kept these 3 players for Astralis at the A side of the map. Xyp9x trying to hold the line at B, gets bested by Boomich almost immediately. Glaive tries to play the trigger discipline, and Flamey will come in with the trade. He gets checked, he gets found out. And so for Magisk and Device, the double AWPs, they're going to look to save. They can't retake this, let alone in a 2-on-4.
Yeah, but just peeking off the back of the info as Electronic shoots Device coming in back off that B site. It does save his teammate and get rid of one of those Kriegs for the time being. Flamey is going to retrieve it, though.
Let's talk a little bit about the importance of this double op setup from Astralis. Just how pivotal is this going to be if they can get it flowing smoothly?
Well, that's if we see Na'Vi take Ivy, right? It's not been a point of contention this game so far, and Magisk has been there almost every round with the AWP device. He plays a float AWP on this map. We're going to see him moving around a lot, you know, just constantly taking different peaks, different angles, swapping sites. But right now, he's not, you know, getting anything done. Na'Vi are you know, conceding main. They're not going for any of these quick A plays that Astralis would probably love. You know, throw down those mollies, hold the line of sight, wait behind the smokes. Na'Vi are running slow burner rounds where they give Astralis map control, give them information, and then just more often than not execute into B. Well, it's worked out so far. 6-1 up. Astralis' first round gets instantly combated back by Na'Vi, and Xyp9x is on a scout to join the double orb. That's where the economy's at right now. No reserve money for Astralis, really, as Na'Vi look to go 7-1 up, and what could be a break at the bank. They are going to go fast out yard for a change, though. Double Ivy setup, maybe Magist can come to life.
Oh, and in that molly, Glaive will deliver them from Ivy. 2 kills go his way, and a man advantage taken for Astralis. Flamey, who was deep in the site earlier on, but trapped by those Molotovs in this very, very forward position. But Device hits that flick, and now Electronic and Simple are left in the 2-on-4. Simple will deal with Xyp9x, and now the flash does allow for the peak to come in. They're both on the ladders. They're ladder buddies. They're on the other side of the train from one another, and it's Electronic to get another kill. Oh, they hear it hit. They hear the molly. And oh dear, Glaive, what does he do? Into the arms of Simple. This was a 2-on-4. Now only Magisk left. The dynamic duo of Simple and Electronic has done so much. And Magisk is the only man left to try and disrupt it, closing the distance here around the bomb train. Spots Electronic, misses the shot, and now they know Simple locks it in. And all 5 come from the 2 men over on Na'Vi that we've been looking to in this matchup. My word, their 7th round on the board. And an incredible round from them two to make that happen. Everything about it, every engagement, they win, they isolate. Somehow in a stack that's filled with 4 Astralis players over at the A site, they isolate every one of those fights into a series of these one-on-ones. The knowledge and the utility to molly Glaive out of position, everything about it. Perfect from Na'Vi.
That's why we look to these 2 guys on the side of Na'Vi. That's why they are the players to watch out for on this roster. What an incredible round. And that has broken Astralis right back as well. We talked about it. The money wasn't there anyway. Astralis put everything into that round after losing the previous. And now they have nothing. Scouts, pistols, armor, they save some money. But Na'Vi are saving this series right now. 7-1 up on the T side of the final map.
Yeah, that's the start you want if you're Na'Vi. No more of this Inferno nonsense. Which, if you did miss, really did go the way of Astralis.
16-4, in fact. Quite the start, or 5 rather.
5,
quite the start comparison to this map.
Yep, 16-10 on Dust 2. Train so far doing well for Na'Vi. Yeah, that 2-on-4, just like the missed shots there from Device, is also going to sting. That's the thing about Astralis, is they have that sort of resiliency to pick themselves back up. Obviously, they've just about seen everything that every team can throw at them, to include some of their own strats.
Oh, Electronic's got a great position here. Now, there's a scout watching, but it's a common position. He'll check it. Good time. He catches Glaive with a flashbang out. That's infuriating for Glaive. He must have been holding that for a while, given the position. Simple spamming the smoke, not wanting anyone to come close, but there is a man behind it. Dupree is playing with fire, and in this case, playing with smoke. They run through it. Boomich with the bomb gives it away. Na'Vi will be able to get the kills and the trades to pick up this round, but that got a little bit scary. 9 seconds. They have to plant, and they will. Xyp9x is probably going to die before the round's up, but he gets a shot off. Still planted for Na'Vi and almost a guaranteed 8th, but man, that got dicey. That's why Boomich ran through the smoke, but at the same time, it could have been the undoing of Na'Vi giving away that bomb. Luckily, they trade onto Dupree, and Astralis do have money here, but they don't have rounds. 8-1 up, and their first time out in this map.
And that's the thing, right? Like, think about how it must feel to be in the Astralis side right now. Like, we've seen so many of these rounds from Na'Vi feel like they're coming down to just millisecond of timings getting missed by Astralis. That round there, Glaive was holding Ivy all round long. The moment he takes the flash out, he gets shot in the back. A couple of rounds ago, similar scenes in this same position over at the A-bomb site, where you just have players holding an angle for what feels like an eternity, and the moment they turn away, Na'Vi get the kill. It feels like Na'Vi have like hit that flow state right now over on the T side, right, where everything is just coming up Na'Vi. And Astralis are on the complete opposite side of that, right? It seems like everything is going wrong in the mind of the Danes, and it's going to take them to put this first round on the board to dig yourself out of it. You know, I think once they get one, that's where we see them make this resurgence. And I think, you know, if they get it soon, they can still recover this CT side. But you've got to break the curse. And this could be that round. Glaive and Xyp9x with 2 quick kills. And they finally put a stop to this fast A play from Na'Vi. You see teams do this a hell of a lot where they're just trying to get in the heads of the opposition, right? It's like, if you just keep rushing out main, that's almost like, you know, not like BM, but it's like, you know, you're just making a statement. You guys can't even stop an A-side rush. We're just winning the fights. We're just better individuals. And that's kind of the statement that Na'Vi had been putting down range up until this round.
Yeah, finally one of those faster approaches, right? Just to run through T-Con. Na'Vi have been staying away from these immediate A bursts all game, and I kind of respect it. It's such an easy trap to fall into, a go-to on the T side, just to burst your spawns. But Astralis, they had the numbers on A, quad stack, and they trade effectively. A man up in this round. The timing, Perfecto walks through a smoke and he catches Device throwing utility. That's a big kill for Na'Vi. It's given them an opening into the B-bomb site and a chance to plant, but the bomb is late. Look at Simple above the pop dog. Is he going to go back? Is this going to be a convoluted fake for Na'Vi as he waits for a flank that won't come through? Astralis have set up completely together in the CT side. Glaive is coming in from upper and Perfecto might not be ready for this position. Does Glaive check? No. He's walked right past. They've swapped positions. Glaive's going to get a free kill. Electronic is gone. Perfecto is unknown though by Astralis. At 20 seconds, he needs that frag. He gets it, but Zipnix has already pushed on in. Simple sticking the bomb plant, and Perfecto just needs to stay alive. He can't, not for much longer. Simple now left in the clutch. The 1-on-2. AWP, Dupree already low, trying to fight, trying to face double. Simple doesn't spot the man below, but he knows where both of them are. This shot down to 20. One more opportunity for Simple, and he can't balls it up. Zipnix with a big kill, and Astralis find their second round.
Yeah, tit for tat right there. They know that, or at least Simple knows that Dupree was holding the back line far away as possible there for as long as possible. Zipex moving up. It really does create an awkward fight. You just dance around the bomb site. Double op secured for Astralis going forward. Two rounds for the Danes.
Yeah, I mean, that note there with how Na'Vi recently lost to Astralis on Train, that was back at Blast, and we haven't seen Na'Vi lose a map on Train, or a single game on Train, with the exception of that matchup, right? They've taken down Godson, taken down Mouse, Fours, Nip, Cole, a lot of these decent Train teams. Remember that Fours come back as well for Na'Vi. That was in the Pro League as well, so Astralis trying to put them to the test. They do break the curse, they do get on the board, but can they keep it up, or will Na'Vi reset them? The cross is there. Glaive hits a shot, though, as Simple is thrown across the Ivy position. Great shutdown for Astralis. All of the kills in their favor. Na'Vi, what on earth can you do here? Your money's gone as well if you lose this round, so desperate times, desperate measures. B hit's probably the safest option. Guarantee that money as long as you can trade onto Zipex.
At this point, about their only option after that disasterful showing in Ivy. 1, 2, 3, all taken out. Pretty quick succession. Here comes Flaming Perfecto with an attempt to salvage this round for Na'Vi. They're going to peek out lower. Just Perfecto so far with the frag in the round for the side of Na'Vi. Now on 57 HP. He's got some very interesting choices to make. He's going to try to walk his way up catwalk. Glaive kind of aware of the idea that this player could push through the smoke, but not super aware. Just is there to back up his teammate. We're going to see a third on the board for the Danes, and now things get a little interesting in the Na'Vi camp with this low economy.
Yeah, I mean, their T-side is essentially, you know, you can say the word done, I guess. Like 8 rounds, it doesn't matter if they go 8-7 now, they're still in a great position. But, you know, Na'Vi finally being put on their first eco at 8-3. That's kind of ridiculous to imagine. It means Astralis, of course, can get back into this game in this half, but Na'Vi going to have a rifle round just around the corner. And you know they aren't happy with 8. They want more.
What will the big man do with this here pistol? P250 lethal, some deagles to the side of that, and Flamey's going to stick to his Glock.
Well, Device getting pressured a little bit down here towards Ivy's side. First kill comes in from Magisk up there on top of the trains, toying on this ladder. That's going to be Boomich, now spotted, not able to get mopped up by Dupree, but it's not the end of the world. Na'Vi are spread very, very thinly across this entire map now. That bomb still on the back of Simple over outside of B. He's looking to try and get that planted if he can.
Flamey felt that grenade big time. Catches someone in Ivy. It's not going to be the only thing that gets caught around here. Electronic posing for the crosshair device, but the picture just wasn't there. Double scoped in, another shot from device, doesn't land.
Na'Vi is just baiting shots. They're running back and forth. They're not committing. They can't do anything with the Glocks here. Simple actually gets out B. He can plant. They know it. They're going to try and chase him down. Flamey's got a kill with the Glock mid-air, and the plant is in, but they can just stick it. They know that Na'Vi's last 2 players were in Ivy. So Astralis wait out the Molotov. They get on that defuse. Magist dropping Electronic, and Flamey, he just wants to save. He just wants his free AWP for Simple. They can afford it regardless, but hey, a free one, that's very nice. And yeah, Magisk isn't going to find him. He checks Ivy. Flamey gets away in the backtracks, and that's something for Na'Vi, considering that was pretty much a P250 eco. They get an AWP, they get a bomb plant, they kill some players. Decent round.
It's not bad. Just 3 rounds left, or excuse me, 3 rounds left to play here in this half. Math.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes 2 and 2 doesn't make 5. So.
I'd say all the time it does make 5, Trace, but Simple, he's looking for all 5 in this round.
Are they going to get 1, though? Magisk's AWP has looked good. Dupree on this wraparound, completely undetected. Electronic is in this same smoke as Dupree. Oh, it gets messy. And Electronic comes out on top. A 3rd man rotates around. Everyone from Astralis is here at the A bomb site to try and help out. B is completely empty, but Na'Vi look committed. Oh dear, device gets spammed down through the smoke. Magisk, the only man left standing, does manage to mop up Perfecto. This AWP has looked deadly in his hands, but a 1v2 versus Electronic and Boomich, not going to happen. A 9th round on the board for Na'Vi. And man, it feels like Device is having a pretty rough game right now, right? We've seen a couple of AWP shots missed by him. That round there, he gets just completely and utterly RNG through that smoke. And these are all things, you know, that he's going to be noticing as well. You can't imagine it feels nice to be in that position. You just feel like you can't catch a break, right, at this point in time. 9-4, Na'Vi, stellar T-side. And it could get even better if they pick this round up.
What's the answer for Device? Does he want to try and force more engagements towards main? He's going aggressive towards the sandwich. This is the kind of thing that we see Device get away with so well on this map. Just the quick rotations, the quick repositions with this AWP. But wherever he goes, there's nothing to be seen. Spots nothing in T-Con, heads towards the empty B bomb site. Na'Vi aren't even in the box halls yet. Boomich is just holding passive pop, remaining aware of this flank potential that Astralis have shown in the past. Glaive has gone up this ladder, even in the opening round. Na'Vi, again, going back to what has been working that got them up to this point in the first place. These slow T rounds, making Astralis sweat, making them burn utility, and then grouping up late round. 2 above the pop could double nade, or even just a Molotov will do the job. You'd like to have a player in T-Con swing out and watch blue while this molly comes in. You know the pop player is going to be forced out, but that works as well. The drop in for Boomich, finding Dupree with a flashbang. Molotov in for Astralis, but of minimal value. All that's going to do is buy time. It doesn't gain the position back for Astralis. We're just going to look to do that, though, towards main. Simple can't trade with the smoke down in his face. 4-on-4. Na'Vi committing to the yard. And Glaive, he's got to hold his own. Oh, it's a bail.
Yeah, they turned away. They've gone towards B. And Zipnik's here. Can be the man to get all the info needed. Looking down from upper. They start to trundle in through the ramp. Are they going to be ready for Zipnik's in this forward position? Rotations have come through from the rest of Astralis, and Zipnik's could decide this whole round here and now. Kill onto Boomich, denies that bomb plant. They've got to plant it out in the open, and this isn't ideal with Device on the other side. Simple denies the plant, or denied the plant rather, and that's the round for Astralis, even finding Electronic after time just to extend things to their advantage even further. They've wrecked his money into this round. An investment coming in. It's the last of the half, so of course Na'Vi are going to throw everything they can into this round, but it's not going to be a hell of a lot.
Yeah, the one thing they do have is the AWP on Simple, and that's at least the saving grace, right? He has just enough to buy up AWP, Kev, but his teammates are definitely going to be left in hot water, struggling to invest in this round. Astralis, they've done, you know, their due diligence in pulling this game back into a closer affair, but this is still going to be a very, very hard game for them to claw back on the T side. Going to need Glaive to provide some mastermind calls once they swap over. And where will this last round go of the half? Boomich back to his pop antics. Nice molly. Forces Dupree out. I see a player drop into it. I like that. So what Na'Vi are doing is Boomer shows a molly, Flamey drops into the molly with a flashbang, and he takes less damage because it's his teammates' mollies, right? Your team damage does less than opponent damage. So the Molotov is good, and the shot is even better. Device deleted. And yeah, I don't blame him for having a rough game. What the hell are you going to do against that? Electronic has come into his own in train, 17-7, top of the server.
Well, just under a minute left on the clock here. Simple still ticking around in T-mid with this AWP. And if he can get a shot off here on Dupree, that might spark this hit towards the outsides. Currently, 2 players from Na'Vi find themselves down at Ivy. We have a standoff in T-Con. He does have to be cognizant, does have to be aware of potentially players coming down Pop Dog, but with that kill from Glaive onto Electronic, that kind of signifies that, hey, we might want to split outside, and that's going to be the case. Dupree up close, they're going to run right into him yet again, and they're going to run right by him as well. This could turn out to be really nasty stuff here. Perfecto, too aware, 200 IQ.
That's a sick play, and the time is out for Na'Vi.
Oh, but yeah, but 10 seconds, there's still a chance. Oh dear, the Molotov's burned out. Simple. This was meant to be a Na'Vi round, but now that bomb has to get planted, and Boomich, I think he's just got it. He's just got the time, and the bomb now down. Glaive trying to make the return happen. Boomich running for the hills, trying to play with this bomb, and Glaive goes down. Boomich locks in a 10th. Na'Vi 10-5 at the end of the first half. They have a dominant lead. Astralis are going to have to grind their way back into this game if they want to win this series. Join us after a quick break to find out if they can.
Never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate souls, and I spread good vibes. Young divine, you know I gotta shine. Raise your hands for a good time. Aight.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move. 3, 2, bringing summer to you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round. Yo, hold up, let me switch my flow up. Back in high school, they were telling me I'll blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide. And with the rhymes that make the dimes, I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats. On stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, going viral.
Here we are in the second half of the last map of this series. Astralis and Na'Vi really kicking it into gear here at the ESL Pro League Season 11. Currently looking at Electronic, who finds himself at 17 frags, just over 110 ADR into this second half. We're going to be jumping it off with an Astralis T-side pistol. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you. Take a look at the GG.bet odds as well. You can see that Astralis in unfamiliar territory.
Yeah, I don't think they've been used to those odds in the past, but let's not count our chickens before they hatch, Trace. Let's see what Astralis can provide in the T side, starting with the pistol. Well, best place to start. Fast A play. Right out the pop dog, they got the sight smoke as well. It's slightly fallen into the floor, but Simple is going to drop off the train as he spots his T's out in the yard. Dinked early is not the start that Na'Vi needed, especially with that kill coming through. Perfecto removed. Zipnik's spamming away. Doesn't realize Simple is close by in the sandwich, and he has to be very careful of that. Na'Vi taking their time on this retake. Boomich has a kit, double drop again, but it's actually on burst for Magisk, and that was not what he wanted as he is taken down. Simple finished off by Zipnik's Dupree with a double, and that might just be the pistol locked in for Astralis. The comeback begins as they take the T start to the second half, 6-10.
Dupree! Sorry, I just relived.
It's like we're back online.
Yeah, once upon a time. That was a long time ago now that you think about it.
Dupree! You must be sweating bullets now.
Must be. Something, something, when I say Cajun, Harry says B? Cajun.
B. I think I nailed that.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
Boomich over here with the D, gonna try and set himself up in pop, and he does get Molotov out. But not out of the pop dog in its entirety.
Oh, wow.
That's a bit of a messy one, but it is, I was gonna say recovered, but no, Perfecto's flanked up a B, securing the top of pop, giving Boomich a means to get back to safety. Flamey denies the bomb plant, and oh dear, man advantage taken for Na'Vi. Dupree shut down as well. This scout has done it all for Flamey. Does get put in the ground by Device there, catches him jumping up above the train, but he's still checking the pop dog. He knows now that one of these players is here, and he should realize that this is both, with the D making its presence known, but it doesn't matter. Na'Vi have snatched it away with a 4-spy. The flank from Perfecto is perfect. The scout on Flamey does so much in the bomb site, stops that bomb going down, and even delivers the kill to leave it in that 1-on-2 for Device.
That was a bit of a mystery for Astralis there. They try and rush the bomb plant with the player behind green covering the wrong position, and Flamey's just able to swing out from CT and drop the bomb. And yeah, with that, it's pandemonium. It's Na'Vi in a 3-on-2 with a package dropped in the site. Astralis had 1:10 when they went for the plant. Definitely a bit too early, but they weren't expecting a third man still there as Na'Vi bailed in the pop dog and went for the B flank. Well, right now, Astralis, that was their one-way ticket into a comeback, into a recovery, and it might have just been expired. Device does get a dig, but Zipnik's gone, and Simple adding kills to his tally, making it look easy while doing it as well. Pistol's out, trying to finish off the digs, but doesn't want to throw away his life just yet, down to 30. And Na'Vi have a pretty solid 4-on-2 right now, even with the bomb.
And only a mad lad like Simple would continue to peak that, right?
And that's what mad lads get, Trace.
It's true. Shout out Reddit mad lads.
Ooh.
Perfecto toeing the line here, holding it down to the inside side.
Nice.
Dupree on a really nice shot there with this deagle. However, Device falls in the meantime, and he's going to continue to tear him up with a deagle. 2 kills in the round, nets himself a scout, does have the bomb and nowhere to go with it. Electronic, deep inside of this inner bomb site. We'll find the last kill of the round. We're going to see Na'Vi go up to 12, and at what point are you trying to say that, hey, this is starting to get a little scary here for the Danes?
Yeah, I mean, especially considering Astralis could have won that. Na'Vi must be feeling confident, man, because the fact that they're just taking these fights, they're throwing away guns, they're, you know, giving this advantage back. But Electronic with a smart and safe rotation deep into the B bomb site gets the bomb as it commits. So not a worry for Na'Vi. They do close it out, but it certainly gets close for comfort. Does mean Astralis, when they do get back towards guns in the round upcoming after this one, they are going to be able to put Na'Vi's economy on rocky road. But first, a bit of a technical timeout as we wait for that to get sorted.
So, yes, we do have a little bit of a pause here. Now, we have asked you to participate in some Twitter polls using some hashtags, all that. And this is one of the things that came through our analytical team that has really scooped this one up. Now, it's Professor, of course. He might know a thing or two about the game. But should the Deagle be nerfed to be more in line with the other pistols in the game at the moment? What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. Like, I kind of understand the point because I think that body shots with the Deagle are like ludicrously powerful.
So inconsistent.
But it's like at the same time, I don't know, because it's more like the people you'd be entrusting to change the Deagle. I don't know if I trust Valve to make a change that wouldn't either completely kill it off entirely
or make it insanely overpowered.
Yeah,
Those are the only two options.
No in between.
It's a bit of a weird one, right? Because it's like, you know, if we had like some really thought out, like, you know, you go and collect all the data, you trial run a few different variants of it, you see which one is best, then yeah, maybe. But if it's anything the way that the other weapons that they did that with go, for example, the Negev being one of them, that got changed like years ago now, and they said they were just waiting to collect the data. And I don't know how much data they need.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't trust Valve to make the change, but there's definitely a case to be made for the Deagle, maybe to have the body shot damage reduced.
Like a simple rework, other than just giving it in Omega Lol, because obviously the Deagle is a staple of Counter-Strike, and at that note, it's just scary either way. When you start thinking about manipulating weapons and, you know, what exactly all that changes within the game, it does have a little bit of a ripple effect, a little bit of a butterfly effect.
I honestly love the Deagle in this game. I feel like it's you know, you can always make the argument, oh, $700 pistol, you know, oh, I can one-shot. Oh, yeah. But, you know, it's such a skill-rewarding gun. If you hit that one Deagle, you know, cross-map, I don't know, it rewards skill, I think. Yeah, the spam is a bit much at times, but at the same vein, you know, while you can just two-shot spam someone up close, sometimes you can hit people 3 times with the Deagle in the chest, and you get like 84 and 3. You know, it's not, I wouldn't say it's overpowered. I wouldn't say it's broken. Yeah, okay, maybe, you know, to the price, it's not great, but I mean, I think balancing things via changing the price is a fool's economy anyway. I feel like that's not where you should be looking most of the time.
Especially because like the economy now is kind of like less meaningful than ever, right? Like, you know, even with the Krieg increase in price, like that just didn't change anything, because strangely enough, like it doesn't make a huge world of difference when you already have too much money, it feels like, in Counter-Strike, when you just increase the price by a few $100s. So like, you know, I think the only way it'd be viable is if you just slightly reduce the body damage. Maybe if it did like 40 damage a hit consistently instead of the ability to two-shot as it is right now, that could be pretty cool. But I don't think anything needs to be changed massively. I think there's definitely other guns that require attention first.
Like the R8, guys.
Like the R8.
Like the R8. Let's talk about R8 rights. Let's talk about the quality of the R8 and how it needs to be brought back into play.
We've had a bit of R8 in the Pro League, Trace. We have Vinny using it for Fury. We had JW today against FaZe trying to 1-on-2 with it. He got, I think, 2 kills out of the potential 3 he needed. But yeah, I mean, kind of a crazy gun. Kind of a weird one.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a whole discussion to be had about that R8. I mean, personally, I rate it 8 of 8, mate. But that's a pretty good bait, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I've seen that copy paste before.
Okay, it's just a simple copy pasta. Sort of like how we've copy and pasted this tweet onto the screen. It does look like we've had another one come through. And again, you all can get involved using hashtag ESL Pro League. What's the best map that's not in the official map pool?
I could talk about this one for days.
Now, first of all, shout out to Nardo. He's got seemingly his full name here in his Twitter handle, and I respect that. So, what do you got here?
Yeah, so I think there's a bunch of good maps that aren't in the map pool right now. Cobblestone is like...
Can we move past
No, wait,
now?
this isn't the best one. I'm just saying, I would love for Cobble to make a return to the
Cut his mic, production, quick.
The best one, though, are maps that maybe people haven't played a lot of, I would have to say, is either Ruby or Canals. They are both 2 stellar maps that were briefly in the game. A huge fan of both of them, and they both needed a lot more love.
Look, as someone that's played this game for a long time, all right, there was something very special about the layout and how maps like Mill used to play, or DECPL Mill.
Yeah.
Which obviously transferred, or I guess transitioned more to Tuscan, which has had a lot of talk about it in the past. But when I think about a map like that and some of the great moments that it's delivered across Counter-Strike, that is truly a map I think that, you know, is nostalgic. Not really known by the new players of CSGO, but it would have a place here within the game.
You know what I would love, regardless of the conversation on map, you know, comparing maps and picking your favorite and what's good for competitive. You know what I'd love? I'd love a rotating map pool. I'm not even talking about, you know, anything too dramatic. Even if it was every 2 majors, one map gets swapped out in the competitive pool. That would be so exciting. And I don't mean trade it out with the maps we've already seen, bring cash back, ZZZ. I'd love to see new maps that haven't been in the pool, or even like you say, you know, the old Tuskers, the old Mills. But we know how that really goes.
I don't know. I think you need to have 2 majors per map at the very least, because I think no one's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, right, sweet. I thought
Every
you said
2 majors, swap it out.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, the finer details don't matter. What I would love is a rotating map pool, and that's something we've never had in Counter-Strike, not significantly.
Let's look a little bit past that, right? Now, I think this was kind of brainstormed there by Mr. Jason Moses O'Toole. I think you can find him over at Twitter at MosesGG. But he'd said this a while back, that we keep the maps the same, but we change out the layout of the bomb sites themselves so that the initial choke points and the timings of running from spawn to bomb sites are the same, but the layouts within the sites are different, which could give it just enough flair. And then, you know, you obviously compound that with the idea of having seasons. Oh, last season it looked like this. This season it looked like that.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if I prefer that, because I feel like, one, that's a lot of work, and you know, someone's got to do it, and
they just have to move the bomb boxes inside of the site.
Yeah, I guess it just changes everything, right? It changes every smoke layout, changes every execute. Everyone has to relearn new utility. I don't know, everything changes. You could argue it's for the better, but I feel like what makes the current map so fun is because everyone knows them so well, and everyone you know, exploits every possibility. And even to this day in 2020, people are coming up with new strategies, new ways to abuse positions on maps, and I think that's kind of cool.
Well, you know, just to go further than that, and I kind of just wanted to hear you say it because it's what you're implying. You hate Moses.
I mean, you know, I wouldn't go.
You hate Jason O'Toole. Hugo Byron, Jason O'Toole.
You know, we've had our fair share of disagreements, but no, I wouldn't use that line of thought, Trace.
Harry's a big fan. Harry, weigh in on this. What do you think?
What, of Moses or of the idea?
Yeah, you've had your fair share of descriptive words.
Yeah, you called him what again?
I don't know if I'm going to re-say the phrase, but I did say it a couple of Pro Leagues ago, and it wasn't some of my best work, I don't think.
I don't even know if there are VODs for that one. Surely
maybe that's
there
a good thing.
But we are just about ready to get into the game. I'm sure that you're all tired of hearing us talk what we're talking, but it's the way she goes sometimes, Bubs, and this is the way of the road, at least for Navi, who find themselves up 12-6 on this final map of the series. If you're tuning in, you think, oh my God, I missed this whole incredible match, the hot match of the day. How could I ever live on without this? Well, you can, because we have Mouse Sports versus OG after this, and you can certainly get your toes wet in that best of 3 as well.
That is going to be exciting, but you know, this one's not done, Trace. Don't feel like Na'Vi have this one closed out yet. They did, of course, find the force in the second round of the half after Astralis took a pistol to get 6, but Na'Vi now breaking them. Should be a 13-6 before the guns are back in. That being said, of course, still a massive comeback for Astralis needed, and Perfecto setting the pace well in this round. After a bit of a pause, he comes back in with a push and takes a kill. Simple playing with only a USP on this anti-eco, knowing Astralis don't have a lot to play with. The old flusher trick. It's not quite a Glock, though. That would be something else. Perfecto gets spotted. Simple can peek off the back of that information, but oh dear, he's coming down. Glaive entering the B-bomb site. Perfecto, hello, mate. He's tucked in the corner, does get away with a kill. That was messy, but Na'Vi in a 5-on-3, I guess.
Look at, I mean, just an awkward exchange of hands right there in the inside. But doesn't matter. The 3 remaining players are here for Astralis inside the T-Con. And well, they're only wielding pistols. That's 2 P250s. Dupree on 15 HP. Now Majisk on 0. And this one's done. Here comes Simple on a fast flank. Barring any miracles, it's going to be him picking up those last 2 frags of the round. And Na'Vi beginning to close the door here on Astralis. Money's still not super fluid over there for the Danes, but they're going to be picking up AKs in this round. They're going to have some utility to throw, and where will they take it? It's the better question.
Well, the big point to note is that Simple didn't actually run anything into that round there. It allows him to bring this AWP out nice and early on. And also, Na'Vi is still running a bonus, so is Simple making a lot of money in this round as a result of only heading into it with a pistol and still finding a bunch of kills. You'll see that Na'Vi, their money is in a great spot. Even if they don't pick this round up, they can get everything they want in the next. And the same cannot be said for Astralis. One of these SMGs already upgraded and providing an opener in this round for Na'Vi. This is not the start that Astralis wanted. Boomich has been spotted down here in the top dog. That's a bit of information for Astralis to work with. At the very, very least, bit of a boost going on at the back of Ivy. Device throwing up into it, and Simple on the other side. Will decide to fall on back. Dupree does deal with one of these SMGs and follows up with a second. Electronic trying to get that trade. Chases that one to his demise.
And Na'Vi have given Astralis a route back into this round with that pushing. Boomich jumping off the top of blue with a flash into main. Well, optimistic. I like the idea. Not going to work out. Zipnix peels away from B. He spots the aggro push from Flamey. Going to try and take a different route to that fight as his team set up to take the A site. Device on a wrap through Ivy finds Perfecto on default. And Simple, well, he's got to give up A right now. Playing connector, looking for a kill as they cross. Holding a very tight gap, and he is getting flanked as well. Flamey has just missed the timing. He might get it. Device, what a shot, what a kill. Simple knows he's on the chopping block. He knows he's being flanked, but he's not turning, he's not budging, he's not moving, and Device will send him packing. A free AWP upgrade as well. Could this be Device now turning on into the second half? Giving him that weapon, 7-13. Remember the score. Astralis look to make this game close.
And that was the 2 kills that really kick-started that round for Astralis, right? Na'Vi somewhat handing that advantage their way after they chased that trade down for Boomich. And they will just take an eco here. Looking to bring those AWPs out in full force. Boomich with a Zeus waiting down in the pop dog. You'd love to see it. Perfecto pushed up near to the ramp. Zipnix could get caught with a flash out, and indeed he does. Oh, there's a Zeus kill. Boomich got it up the ladder, gets Glaive, and that's a huge kill. The bomb now belongs to Na'Vi. Astralis, sure, they're in this 3-on-3. They're not really up against much on the other side, but this bomb and a forward position held by Na'Vi, this could all fall apart on the back of that Zeus kill. Thankfully, they get revenge. Device shuts down Boomich. Perfecto left to keep an eye on this bomb alone, and Simple. Takes some full damage there. Gets back up, and now going to try and play around where this molly was. Simple even joining. Smoke goes down. Device going to be the first man in. Does deal with not one, but both players. So Astralis take that 8th round. They get it back under control, and it's Device with a 4K. He's coming alive on the T side.
Yeah, he had to drop his AWP to take a rifle to clear out those halls, so he will lose it at the end, but buying up his own AWP, money is there for Astralis as his comeback gets pulled together. That could have been a huge eco win for Na'Vi. Boomich tries to delay the smoke, tries to stall the round as long as he can, but his jiggles get spotted, and Astralis take him down off of a timing above the stairs. Gives him a fast route in towards the bomb, and now they continue the pace. Lots of nades over the A site early. No one pushing out T-Con or taking that Olaf spawn. Electronic is in pop dog with Boomich. Zipnix running back up though, breaking the glass, and Boomich waiting for the push. Oh, the spray is good. He could even go up off the back of it. He'll choose to safely retreat to the A site, and Dupree has found an entry onto Electronic as he sits in the fading smoke. Simple's ready for it. Boomich still pushed up on E-Box, and luckily now still alive thanks to Simple watching his back. Time is ticking for Astralis, and so Magiska's deep in the yard as well, looking to kill the man on default. Grenade is fine, but nothing significant, as Na'Vi have everyone here right now, apart from Perfecto. Only 2 players left up for Astralis. It's a crucial round. They're going to be broken if they lose it, and they can't afford to.
Yeah, Perfecto's even started to push the extremities of the B site, so either he's going to have a much easier time of cutting off these rotations, or available to help out the A site if Astralis do just keep up with the plan.
Ooh.
Glaive has managed to sneak his way in. Boomich has somehow realized it and turns around, drops the bomb with that kill, and now Device alone in this clutch. This should be impossible. 30 seconds rather. Does spot one, but there's players all around, and Boomich responds to this one with a 4K of his own. Na'Vi up 14-8. And a reinvestment coming in from Astralis, but this is going to be all their money put into this one round. The whole fate riding now on the success of this investment.
Moment of truth. This is it. This could be the series on the shoulders of Na'Vi if they can find this round. 15 just over the horizon. Device has the AWP though. Certainly come alive in the T side, but maybe not to enough of a return. Boomich, considering the flank, he has been holding this position commonly as he waits for Astralis to jump or spot or do anything to give him a kill here. So next certainly might. Astralis, they want to hit B in this round, you would imagine, with these players outside of the halls. Simple is spotting for it with a pistol, knowing he can slink off after he sees the AWP. There's Device. Doesn't see the bomb, and Dupree selling a fake on A. He came out through Olaf off of his spawn, and now emerging, getting a kill. Is going to force rotations. Na'Vi are in the right place at the right time, though. It's a pop dog play for Astralis. They've got control of the yard. Na'Vi are giving them the room to maneuver.
Oh, Dupree dropped by Perfecto. And a lot of damage done onto Glaven amidst all this madness as well. Electronic getting up into heaven, needs to get this trade, and he will deliver. Keeps it in favor of Na'Vi, even smoking himself off. Just the most ratty play up in heaven. Simple,
no.
under the train, denies the bomb plant, and Glaive now alone. He's lost his teammates, 5 HP to his name, and 40 seconds on the clock. All the odds stacked against him right now. He taps the bomb, tries to bait the peek from upper, and Electronic doesn't give it over. Flamey is not showing his hand either. Back towards Ivy. Glaive does manage the kill onto Electronic, but Flamey, who's been quiet all of this half long, misses the shot, and now Glaive knows, tries to cross back, and that will be his demise. It's match and series point for Na'Vi. 15-8 scoreline.
That's actually a really smart play from Glaive, although it doesn't work. He tries to catch a timing. He knows Flamey sees him cross towards Brown Train, and he knows because Flamey's missed his shot, he's going to have a second where he's charging that AWP up, and Glaive hopefully can cross back. He attempts it, but Flamey's so fast, and he gets that shot off. An AWP to save the day for both Simple and Flamey. Like I said, below the train was the bomb getting dropped, and the retake is on. Na'Vi take 15, and this is match series point here for the Pro League. The opening game for these two teams in stage 2. And Astralis have nothing to stop Na'Vi in this, what could be the final round. We haven't really seen many inner executes for Astralis. The one round that looked like they were going to do it was just then, but with Dupree getting a kill on outer, Astralis double back down the pop dog. They take A site. Na'Vi give them the room. They play very passive towards Heaven and Connector, but then set up for the retake in the 2-on-1. And now it's all to play for. Na'Vi just one more round. Easy, right?
You would think so.
Oh, Simple,
Nice.
ready, and the opener found. No chance at a response from Astralis. Simple is out of there. Leaves the upper halls, leaves Astralis to just mull this man disadvantage over up against match and series point. Now fall away from B, and now try and look for some savior, some salvation here in Pop Dog. Boomich, though, not going to perform the old cardinal sin of locking this one down, and he's done that in high supply. Magisk and Dupree drop to their deaths down in the Pop Dog. It's Glaive removed next down in Ivy. Device, the only man left standing, and he joins the rest of his team in the ground. Na'Vi, they take this series 2-1. It's a long old series after they fall back on Inferno in a dominant fashion. It was 16-5 to Astralis, but Na'Vi, they long it out, and they beat them in the long haul. That's all for this series. Na'Vi take it 16-8 on the back of this victory on Train. We'll be back after a quick break to discuss what this means and get ready for OG Mouse Sports.